Hello, hello. Today I have another ABLUR tip to share with you, and it's all about lighting. Not just the lighting that's already included in the program, but also exploring ABLUR's brand new lighting update that was recently added within the past couple weeks. So here I have today a wrestling arena. I am absolutely not drawing this, and thankfully there are 3D models for me to set up a scene and everything because that's like way too many chairs. And also this just shows you what ABLUR is able to handle. Like I was able to open this file without any issues. And as you can see, there's a ton of objects and chairs and such. But anyway, so what I'm doing now is I'm setting up the scene and trying to think of like maybe I have two wrestlers about to face off in their final journey right before they both retire or something. So now I'm just kind of moving things around. I want the announcer's table right there in the forefront. And now I'm going and I'm clicking in the lighting. I think there's still some bugs within ABLUR. It's still kind of like in beta, but most everything works. And pretty much I'm trying to like go in and change the lighting from here, but that doesn't really work too well. So what I'm going to do is click this plus sign next to the lights button and you can choose your lights. You have three options, but I'm going to choose this middle spotlight because I'm trying to set up this dramatic scene of these two wrestlers um, in the middle. So use your imagination, I guess, because I don't have the model for that. But anyway, so once it's added, you have to click that little pointer and then you can click again on your screen and place it where you want it. But if you're not happy with the position, you can always go in and drag it side to side, up and down, the other direction, and it's really easy to do. And from there, you can go in and further adjust your lights. Now, in this tab, there's not really too many options that you have and you'll have to go into your tones layer, but I'm just kind of showing you like what you can do just from this scene with the top options because there's like a lot that you can do and you're gonna have to like kind of play around with it and experiment because there's some things that are like not too obvious, but it's okay. I'm here to give you some tips, right? So what I'm doing is I'm placing it like right in the middle, the light, because that's where I want it to be. Sometimes that's like where you see it like in this environment. And I'm trying to think of like what angle that I wanted to do it at. But if you like decide like I don't like this, you can go in and toggle it off. Uh, and that's really easy to do. But anyway, so you'll click your light and it gives you the light details. And from there, you can change the light name. And that's really helpful if you have multiple lights. So yeah, and then change the color. I'm just having it as white just for visibility's sake. And you can set the intensity, the range. There's a couple different options. And what I definitely wanted was to make it bigger because I wanted to be able to see the individual ropes. And I mean, there's like there's like a lot of things that you could do, right? Like the way that the lighting is, and you could see kind of it reflects on the stairs. And you can always go in and change it. I think now I changed it to yellow because I don't know. I just wanted to see what it would look like. And then I kind of went in again and tested to see what the upper options would do, and not too much. And I'm gonna be honest, it's not so much all of this is ABLUR itself, but it's also really dependent, like I mentioned on a previous video, of the model itself. Because there's some things that you can change easily and some things you can't. So here I am in the tones layer, and this is where you can set the shadows and the brightness for the entire model. So like I had that scene because I wanted that spotlight right in the middle of the ring. But now you can see that like maybe the audience is quiet because they all want to watch this last spectacular fight or something. And you can go in and adjust the colors even more. I think this is more of a greenish hue, I guess. But yeah, you just kind of go in and play with it because there's a lot of like options, but I can't really tell you like exactly which ones to pick for your model because like I said, all of them differ. Some let you change like a lot of stuff and then some don't. So it's definitely something. So the bloom is something really interesting because it can really make a scene nice and light, but if you're doing the bloom with the lighting, it can be quite obnoxious. So I think I was trying to test it at like 1% just to see what it would look like. But then you could go in with your post processing. But I was like, I think I was like really wanting to see what it looked like. And then you can, you can slide it or you can just type in the number. And I just wanted to do 1%. And yeah, and I don't really like how it turns out. But this is just like a demo of what you could do if given the option. So now going back into my light details and playing more about how I want the lighting range to look. And I don't have like the character models. You can always import them in. That's like a whole nother video, but I'm just trying to think of like the lighting setting itself. Maybe like your first page of your comic is like the blank ring right before the fighters enter, right? Because this is like kind of like a pro wrestling arena because you can see like the ramp and the stage and everything. But anyway, I digress. And we go in and you can see how the lighting is set up, how I set it up, and I think at this thing I was like, I gotta turn off this stupid balloon because it's too much. But yeah, very nice deep shadows, and from there you can go in and render it. And the nice thing about ABLUR is that when it renders, you'll get the file in like multiple layers of all your shadows and your colors and your lines, and then like one composite layer of like everything. But here, like just turning around the model and getting at it from different angles. And I opened it in Clip Studio, and this is just the lines layer. I think I did color the lines because that's a kind of option that you can do. But this is just the lines by itself. And then I'm going to show you like the other stuff. This is a composite that's like everything together. And then, yeah, it's like named and stuff too, so you can see it. But this is like really cool, especially like me, I primarily do black and white. So this is a really nice, strong, striking background that you can use. And the best part is that you save yourself so much time because you didn't have to draw it. Am I right? But but yeah, so you can just go in and pick the layers that you want. And the nice thing is like once it's in your Clip Studio or your graphics program, you can go in and further refine it for whatever needs that you may have. Because you might not want to like reopen it back in ABLUR because maybe you're lazy like I am. But yeah, so it gives you like that nice scene, and the nice thing is that it's all in color, especially if you're like that's how you draw, you're like a web comic artist. But yeah, I hope that these tips and this overview of the lighting help. Please like and subscribe. Thanks.